You're back with The Nation and perhaps the last Labor leadership debate. All right, gents. 1,500 new members have been signed up to the Labor Party during the course of this primary campaign, which all of you must be pleased with. Shane Jones, why do you think people joined up when we had three people arguing over the top job of a party? Why do you think that happened?
I think in Whangarei, where we had to delay the meeting, and both Grant and David would have been happy about that. People were coming back. They used to be members. I think that I genuinely did jolt a few fretful sleepers.
So you would say back. You were responsible for the
I'd
leadership?
take my fair share of the glory there, man.
David Cunliffe, why do you think they came back? Or they joined up?
I think the winner's the Labor Party. I think that for the first time in a wee while, we can see some hope in our base that there's a new beginning for Labor. Whoever wins, people are pleased to have a vote, and I think they've been awed by the calibre of the debate from the three contenders.
All right, Grant and Robertson, why do you think 1,500 new people decided they wanted to join Labor?
Oh, I think because they did see this as an opportunity to be part of choosing the next Prime Minister of New Zealand, and the energy that was in the room every single night that we spoke was fantastic, and I think people feel that they're part of something really positive, that they get to have a say. It's part of the democratic changes in the party, and I just think this has been hugely successful for Labor. I think Shane probably can take a bit of the credit for those numbers in Whangarei, though.
Thanks, Grant.
I'll take that as a concession. All right, look, whoever wins this, whoever wants to be the next Prime Minister, if you're going to be, you're going to have to deal with some other parties in Parliament. Sure. That's just the way the polls are. You've said, you said to me on radio this week, Shane Jones, you might give Russell Norman Minister of Racing because he's an Australian, which I took it as a dismissal that he would have any finance role under a Shane Jones-led government. Yep. Where are you at with the Greens, David Cunliffe, and would you give them a finance role?
I've already said a couple of times that Russell would not expect to be Minister of Finance in a Labor government that I led.
A finance role?
Oh, I do think he's got some economic skills, and I think he could certainly play a role in a broader economic team. Look, the way I've learned to work with the Greens probably is reflected in our West Auckland background there, where we don't bag them, they don't bag us. We both stand for what we stand for, and at the end of the day, we can work together.
Grant?
Oh, look, I've also made clear that I don't think a Green Party person could be the Minister of Finance. That role should go to the largest party in a coalition, and that will be Labor. In terms of what we're about, though, we've got to be, as a leader, about maximising the Labor Party vote. And that means standing up and fighting for our values and our policies. At the end of the day, the electorate will make its decision about the overall vote. But our total focus between now and the end of November next year has to be on.
Fighting means criticising. Shane Jones is the only one of the three of you who's actually criticised the Greens.
Look, from time to time, Sean, there will be occasions where we will be on opposite sides of an issue to the Greens. We have to be prepared to stand up for that. But a lot of the time we'll have similar ideas. And I don't think there's anyone in New Zealand who doesn't think that there could be a Labor-led government with the Greens in it next time.
The other thing you've all been successful in doing is minimising the media exposure of Winston Peters for the last 2 weeks. But again, here's a man you might have to deal with if you become Prime Minister. What role, how would you negotiate with Winston Peters in a coalition deal, David Cunliffe? And would you want to?
Up front, with honesty and integrity, that's how you deal with Winston. And there's a strong personal relationship to be built there. And
So you don't have a strong personal relationship with him?
I have a good personal relationship with Winston, yeah.
Do you trust him?
Well, I think Winston's an incredibly able politician, very experienced, and when he gives you his word, he keeps it.
So you do trust him?
I trust Winston up to a point, the same way I trust all politicians
and
journalists up to a point.
I'm asking you where that point is.
Yeah, well, we'll wait and see, won't we?
Shane Jones?
Yeah, I dealt with Winston on behalf of Michael Cullen when I chaired the Finance and Expenditure Committee, especially dealing with the overseas, the tax on overseas savings, etc. I've got not a sliver of doubt that a party I lead can trust Winston.
All right. Would you see yourself as a rival to Winston? Would you see one of the benefits of having Shane Jones as Labor leader that you might take votes off him?
I think I'll take votes off. I think I'll take votes off people that have drifted to the right. But my whole kaupapa is to harvest in the centre. And I'm never going to match Winston's incandescent rhetoric about immigrants, etc. So I'm in the wrong party for that. I don't know, you've done
quite a good job in this campaign. Grant Robertson, Winston Peters, what would your attitude be in dealing with him? Would you want to in an ideal world?
I mean, I go back to the time of Helen Clark's leadership and realise that, in that period of time, Winston played a very constructive role. And the Labor government that Helen led was able to work with a number of different parties. I'm sure a government that I lead could do that as well. But I come back to the point. Our job is to maximise the Labor Party's vote. We can work with anyone who shares our values, shares some of our ideas and policies. And I go back to Winston's role in that last government. He was actually a very constructive minister within that Labor government.
And some would say, though, he cost Labor the election in the end in 2005. All right, 30 seconds each, and I mean 30 seconds each, and I'll have someone in the studio timing this. Your final pitch, David Cunliffe.
Look, I think we need to look beyond tomorrow's vote to the 2014 election. We need to take on John Key. We need to give New Zealand back to the people who have seen their democracy corroded, seen their economy sold off to his big business mates, and seen hope die in their eyes. It is for them that we will be working together after tomorrow.
Thank you very much indeed. Shane Jones.
We've been in something akin to a yacht race, but we've been downwind. Next year, we're going to tack a little to the right, a little to the left, because we're upwind. And I've no doubt in my mind the 800-odd thousand Kiwis will come back to Labor under my leadership.
Grant Robertson.
It's time for a new generation of leadership in the Labor Party. I represent that. I can leave the baggage of the past behind and ensure that we focus on the issues that matter to New Zealanders: jobs, opportunities for their children and grandchildren, and a hopeful future for everyone in New Zealand.
All right, gentlemen, it will be up to your caucus, your party members and affiliated unions to decide. We will know Monday, and I wish you all the best. I thank you for joining us all today.